Roddy Ricch, The Comeback. Roddy Ricch sat alone in his home studio, the glow of the mixing board reflecting off his chain. A heavy beat pulsed through the speakers, but he wasn't just listening. He was feeling it, letting it sink into his soul. The world had been watching, waiting for his next move. Some doubted him, saying he had fallen off. Others knew better. Roddy wasn't the type to force music. He was patient, knowing that when the time was right, he'd deliver. As he scrolled through his phone, he saw messages from fans. "We need that old Roddy back. Drop something already?" He smirked. They didn't know what was coming. The industry moved fast, but he had never been one to rush. His mind drifted back to those early days in Compton, recording in tiny studios, stacking verses like bricks, hungry for a way out. He had come a long way, but the hunger was still there. It just looked different now. He stepped into the booth, pulled his hoodie up, and let the beat take over. His voice slid into the rhythm effortlessly, smooth yet commanding. The words spilled out, stories of struggle, success, and the lessons in between. It wasn't about proving anything to the critics. It was about reminding himself why he started. The energy in the room shifted. The engineer nodded, already knowing this track was different. Days later, the song dropped. It spread like wildfire. Twitter went crazy. "Roddy's back far. This, that, feed the streets energy." The numbers spoke for themselves. Millions of streams in hours. Playlists flooded with his name. But Roddy didn't need stats to tell him he was onto something. He could feel it in the way people reacted. The streets, the clubs, the cars blasting his music. He was part of the culture again. A week later, he stood in front of a sold-out crowd. The bass rumbled through the venue as thousands of voices screamed his lyrics back at him. This wasn't just a concert, it was a statement. As he looked out at the sea of people, he felt something he hadn't in a while. Not relief, not validation, just pure love for the music. The kind that had fueled him from the start. Roddy smiled as the beat switched, signaling the next song. He had never really left. He was just moving in silence, waiting for the right time to remind the world who he was. And now there was no doubt he was back.